Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Juju's Journey. I am so excited. We have been so busy. I think if you watch my last cash stuffing video, you realize we had a wedding. We've gone out of town. We're trying to recoup from all the activities. But it's been a wonderful, wonderful week here in South Carolina. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. Today it was too hot, and I don't want to complain yet because, you know, we get really, really, really hot here in South Carolina. But, I mean, it was in the 90s. And just think, what, a month and a half ago we had an ice storm? Isn't that crazy? But, yesterday I went for lunch with my daughter, and then we went to a funeral. And then, today, that same daughter, the one that got married, we went to a neighboring town, and she had to get a dress fitted. She's going to be in someone's wedding, so she had to have it, taken up. And so we did that and went out and ate lunch. And we ate at a little Japanese restaurant, and it was really good. It was called Konnichiwa. It's the first time I've eaten there, but food really good. But I do not do well with food like that. It makes me, it knocks me out. I go straight to sleep. So when I came home, I took a great nap, and now it's time to get set up for the week. So my name's Juju. I'm on a very tight income, $3,000 a month, which has to pay all of my bills, my health insurance, all of the things. And I use a zero-based budget, and that means I give every single dollar a job. It's spent right time it hits my checking account. And I've been doing this process since 2024, January 2024. No, January 2025. And during that process, I have been able to feel secure, safe, financial freedom, all of the things. My husband passed away December 2024, and that rocked my world, and I was scared and didn't know how I was going to do it. My income went down significantly. But using this process and using the cash envelope stuffing method, it's done wonders. I only wish I'd started it in my 20s. But anyway, let's get started. I'm going to start with my cash wallet. I have tons of receipts, y'all, but they're not all mine. I do want to clarify that. If y'all were unaware, of Fetch Rewards is an app you can download on your phone, and you can scan in all of your receipts that you spend, and you get points. And then once you get a certain amount of points, you can redeem them for gift cards. I just cashed in my very first one for a $50 Amazon card, so I'm ecstatic, very ecstatic. So I always save my ones that I do not spend. If I get change back, I try to stick my ones somewhere so they're not going to go get spent. But lunch, I always keep the money that I have in the lunch fund in there. But the other money I'll pull, except for giving. I keep that in there as well. I pull it to go in savings challenges. But I spent a good amount of money this week, more than I kind of thought I was going to spend. Basically, I thought I was going to be, like, I was planning on not spending any money and getting back on track. So I don't really know what happened, honestly. But anyway, I'm going to clean up my change. I need to roll some coins, y'all. I've got so much money, change that I need to roll. And I really need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I may just continue to do what I did. I've got probably $200 and some odd dollars rolled in my safe. I might just keep it there unless I absolutely need it. And let all my kids one day when they're cleaning out the house after I'm gone, just find all this money that's in coins. I think that would be funny. So this is my cash wallet. I'm going to stick these receipts out of the way too. I'll scan those later. But it's a lot of them. You get 25 points per scan, and then some things they have specials, like if you buy certain items and things like that, you'll get more points. It's all on the app. Anyway, I'll put it in my description box. And I think if you sign up using my what I share with you, I think we both get points. I'm not sure how that works, but I know I signed up from another YouTuber's her little link, and I automatically got like 250 points when I did that. So I think that's the way it'll work for me too if somebody signs up using that link. So what I do, I'm 1 month ahead using this process, and at the beginning of the month, I pull all of my $3,000 when I set my budget, and I pull it in the right denominations, the money that I need, and I call this my bank binder. But I leave, and it's very important to leave enough money in the bank for your drafts that come out, and then also if you ever need to use your debit card. But I'm using this process last year. I'm 1 month ahead in the bank, so I leave that money in the bank, and then I pull this. And it just works out better for me because I like to stuff my envelopes once a week instead of once a month. Because if anything were to happen, I don't want to have to come unstuff all of my binders to get the cash. I would rather use what I haven't stuffed for the remainder of the month. And if that's not quite enough, then I might have to go pull from one of my envelopes. But I mean, I can always stop stuffing, for the remainder of the month. If, like, let's say the hot water heater broke or something like that, and I needed cash and I didn't have enough money in my emergency fund to cover it. But I think I'm pretty much past that. So in my bank binder, I do have everything set up. Like, this is my cash wallet. It goes in my pocketbook. I carry it everywhere I go, during the week, and I only try to spend cash. I try not to use my debit card. But usually when I stuff this binder, my bank binder, I'll have Juju everything set up. But this past month was kind of crazy. So what I did instead is just put all of my cash in the back in these sections to stuff. So Juju gets $50 a week. That's me. And I get to use it any way I want. No questions asked. It's kind of like my allowance, so to speak. And I really try, y'all. And I do pretty good. I try not to spend all my money. I like to play a game and see how much money I can save each week. And then I put that in my savings challenges. But like I said, I don't know what happened really this week. I couldn't tell you. Honestly, I don't know. Groceries is going to receive $50. Dining out gets $30. Well, I did go out to eat twice this week, and it was my aunt's birthday, and I did take her a tropical smoothie. That's my new addiction, y'all. If you have a tropical smoothie nearby, it's so awesome. Lunch gets $20. Each of my daughters, I have 2 daughters, and the 3 of us eat lunch together, and at the beginning of each week, we each put in a $20, and that's how we buy our food for the week, for lunch. And miscellaneous gets $10. And if you're new here, miscellaneous is if something were to happen and you spent $35 $5 on lunch, you can come over and grab your miscellaneous money. And then giving gets 5. And I do not pull this money each week. I just let it kind of add up. I did buy 3 $10 Burger King gift cards the other day to hand out to people I feel that might need something to eat. And I've already given away 2. So I have 1 more to give away. So my cash wallet's ready to go for the week. And that's exciting. So I'll put that out of the way. So now let's start with high priority. And I've already updated my trackers. If you're new to this process, that's one of the most important things you can do is keep a good budget sheet tracker, because you might get confused, you might stuff more money, take more money, and then you're going to spend all this time trying to figure out where it should go, So house taxes gets $25 this week. And, I normally stuff on Sundays, right? Well, I just realized we have another Sunday. I don't know if I did my budget to have 5 Sundays. So I might better not unstuff this week. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 300. That's right. $300 we have saved for my house taxes. They're due in January. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move everything over a little bit, just so you're more centered. Is that better? Okay, house insurance is going to receive 50. Yep, I know I didn't. I didn't do it, y'all. Because I should have 2 50s if I'm going to do a cash stuffing next Sunday. So, we should have $650. So we've got 50, 100, 50, 250, 350, 450, 550, $650. Is that right? Let's see. $650 for house insurance for next year, guys. It's not due until next February. So my goal is I've got to end up with like $3,600, I think. Car taxes is going to receive a 20. And they're not due until next March, actually. So I'm doing pretty good, guys. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 20, 40, $240. And my car taxes were $700 this month. So I've got my goal for $700 there. So I'm almost, I'm getting closer, $240. Car insurance, I've got that as $2,400. So I'm going to put in $40 for car insurance. And we should have $480. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 80, 4, 20, 40, 60, 80, $480. Money's starting to add up. I need to do a cash condensing and get this in my high yield savings account. I did go with Ally, and I love it. It's real easy. I'll put that link in my description too. It's so easy to sign up, and you can just transfer your money from your checking account to that. You get 3.3% interest or something like that. Okay, so Pets and Vets going to get 5. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. $60 for Pets and Vets. I'm going to have to up that because that's for next year's pet visits. Their yearly vet visits and emergency. And I'm really not funding it like I should. But that electric bill got me. But my electric bill went way down, so I think I can kind of get back on track from how we started at the beginning of the year. House maintenance is going to receive 5. This is not for anything major. It's not like for home repairs. This is just for house maintenance. If I decide I want to paint, like I want to paint my craft room that I'm in right now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. So it's to buy things like that, paint. Maybe if I need an air filter or something of that sort. And I do need to get air filters. Emergency is going to receive 5. Y'all, I know that doesn't seem like a lot, $5 for emergency. But I did save all of last year. I do have, I started over this year. Next year in January, I'm going to keep my running balance of what my savings account has. But I'm just always in a panic thinking something's going to happen. So even if I stick $5 in emergency here and then I have another envelope that's called something similar, it's all good. It's just to give me more security. I know I could put it all in one lump sum and say this is for emergency or this is for, my emergency savings fund. It's all going to the same place. But it just makes me feel good to know that I'm doubling down or giving something to even more little areas. It's just for my security, my insecurity. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. So $60 for emergency. Hopefully I won't need to use that. I'm going to put $5 for medical. And medical is co-pays if I go to the doctor. I haven't gone to the doctor in several years. If I have to buy medicine at the drugstore, I haven't bought medicine in a long time either. I try not to take too much medicine. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. $60 for medical. Savings, that's the same thing as like an emergency, right? It's going to receive 5. It's all the same thing. It just gives me a little bit of extra security. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. So $60 in savings. And that's just, savings for this year that I've started. So it kind of adds up. Just put $5 a week. And it just adds up. Personal care is going to receive 5. I cannot believe I have not had to buy anything this year. I'm talking, this is soap. This is razors. This is toothpaste. I'm fully stocked. It should have 60. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. But personal care is for all those things I just listed. Shampoo, conditioner. I am almost out of shampoo, though. I do need to think about that. Month ahead is not going to receive anything, but that's the same thing. It's like a savings. And the only reason it's not going to receive anything is because of my electric bill was so high for 2 months. But it finally went down, and I had to turn my air on today. It really drove me crazy, but I did. I just had to get the house a little bit kind of cooled down, just a smidgen. So car maintenance is going to receive $5, and I only have $15 in here because I had to get my tires rotated. And it was $25. Amazon Prime is not getting anything, and tax prep is not going to receive anything. Oh. Next we have, I guess these would be considered low priority. Clothes is not going to receive anything. Entertainment is going to receive $5. And entertainment to me is going to the movies, something like that, you know. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. Maybe going to a friend's house, taking an hors d'oeuvre, a cocktail, something like that. And I haven't done that this year. We've been so preoccupied. Vacation is going to receive 20. And of course, I'm starting over with that because I used the money last weekend that I had saved. So we should have $50. I was able to put $10 in from a savings challenge. So we have $50 in going towards our next little vacation. I'm not one to take a whole week. I may take 2 days and go do something. You know, go to the beach or something like that. Gifts is not going to receive anything this week. Wish list is not. Lawn and garden is not. Wedding has now turned into a gift for my daughter that lives next door. We're gonna try to save up enough money and help her husband get her a necklace with her dad's thumbprint. It's gonna be about $1,000. And her sister, you know, my other daughter, is going to she's going to chip into. Okay, there's a 10 in here, and I'm just going to put a 10, but I'm out of 10s, so I am going to take a 20, put there, and put this 10 in the 10s. So she now has $20 to go towards 1,000. Adventure is going to receive 10, and I'm out of 10s. Well, I just got a 10, didn't I? Adventure is when you go on like a Saturday fun day to a new little town and kind of scope it out, you know. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. $80. And I've already spent. My daughter and I went to Conway and we spent 80. Easter is going to receive 5. So that's coming up quick. Coming up quick. Let's see. We've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. This will help buy our Easter lunch. Not the whole thing. I don't have to fund the whole thing. I didn't save up enough money, but I can contribute. Last year, I didn't have an envelope for these, and so when Easter and Thanksgiving came around, you know, I had to take it from somewhere else. Thanksgiving's not going to get anything right now. Christmas is not, all because of the electric bill. And Christmas Child and Fire Department and monthly giving's not going to receive anything this week. And next, my very favorite binder. Everybody should have the same amount, so what I'm going to do is just kind of tell you about it instead of counting everything. So I have 5 grandchildren. They each get $5 a week. And then I have 5 children, and they get $5 a week. And I put my grandchildren by themselves, and I put my children and their significant others together. And at Christmas and for birthday and Christmas, my grandchildren get $100 each. I mean, $100 for Christmas, $100 for birthday. And then I give my children, I give the boys $50 and give the girls $100. And it's so awesome because when their birthdays come around, it's already done. Okay, so I've got to see if I have a 10, which I don't. So what I'm going to do here is go 5, 10, 15, 15 for this one. And I'm going to take a 20. I'm out of 20s too. No, how did I do this? I'm short money, y'all. I've got overflow. That's what overflow is all about. Let's see if I have any overflow. I do have a $5 in overflow and a 20. But I'm going to take this 5 and put it back in here and make sure I have the right amount for this child. She should have 60. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. So I was short $5, y'all. See, that's why it's good, like if you have a little extra, you know, in your budget, I put it in overflow. And that way, if something like that were to happen, then I'm good. And it doesn't mess up every single thing. But it looks like to me, guys, that I'm going to be on a very tight budget this week because I did not plan at all for us having 5 Sundays in March, which is okay. I am going to just be okay with that. I'll eat very cheaply and maybe not even go out to eat at all this week, you know. Okay, so we have, these are the ones I did not spend, and so we'll put them in our savings challenge book. I didn't have any 5s or 10s to add or 20s this week. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and $14 in ones that we did not spend. $14. So I'm going to stick them in here. I bought these little savings challenges off of Amazon. It came with a whole bunch of them. And so you can just take rubbing alcohol, clean it, and then reuse them over and over again. So I'm going to check off 14 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. I just cleaned, last week we finished the $1, $60. That's how I put, I think I put 50 towards my house insurance, and then I put 10 towards vacation. So we're getting there. And then I have this one, that when I fill this one up, we'll have 300, and whenever I fill this one up, we'll have 60. And I've already filled this one up 2 times, and I have filled this one up once already. And what I do with my savings challenges is to make me not spend money in my cash wallet during the week. It's like another way I can save money. And what I have left over, I put here. And then once I fill these sheets up, I put it towards something in my envelopes that need extra attention. Like I know that when I filled up this one, $300, I put it towards vacation because I needed it to go to Charleston for the wedding. You know, then when I filled up the 60 this past time, I put it towards, you know, my house insurance, because the way I'm stuffing, I'm not going to have quite enough money when house insurance is due if I go at the rate I'm stuffing. So it's just a way of saving money and stuffing it where you think you need it. You know, this time when this reaches 60, I might put it towards vacation. You know, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I might put it towards wish list. I don't know. But thank you for watching. I know we're going to have to do a cash condensing because I really want to put some placeholders in some of these binders, some of these envelopes, so I can get that money and put in my high yield savings account. There's no need for me to hold on to all of this cash here at my house when I could be making like 3.3% interest, you know? But I do like to keep some cash around just in case, you know, because it is a savings, no matter if you have it spent towards other things. You know, if something were to happen and you needed cash, I mean, it's still part of your savings, right? I don't recommend just pulling it, but I like it going in its categories, and I like to know that, yay, I'm not going to have to worry about my house insurance next year, because I pay mine all at one time, like my house insurance and my car insurance. So that's like, you know, almost $5,000. It actually was $5,600 this year, but I did make some changes and got it down to like $4,600, so that's good. I saved $1,000, but then I had to get my little dog's teeth cleaned and pulled, and that was $600. So, you know, things come up, and you know, you just want to be prepared. And I feel now that I can breathe, just knowing that my house taxes, when they're due in December, that I'm going to have those paid. Hopefully I'm going to have them paid. I mean, I'm going to have the money well in advance. Like I can put fully funded and then take that money and put towards another sinking fund. And then once they're all fully funded, then I can start saving to be another 1 month ahead. I haven't filed my taxes yet. I need to do that this week. And hopefully I do get a cash. I hope I get money back. I mean, of course, your goal is to have your taxes figured out, that you're full, like they don't owe you and you don't owe them. So you keep your money throughout the year. But I think I'll get some tax money back, a refund. And if I do get a refund, you know, that's money that I wasn't, you know, that I've already spent in my mind. So I will definitely take that and put, I may just, I may put it towards maybe another month ahead, because my goal is to be 3 to 6 months ahead. Ultimately, I would like to have 9 months ahead. But then again, I would also like a huge, I would like to also have like an emergency fund along with that. And I know that the 3 to 6 months ahead is your emergency fund, but I want it separate. I want an emergency fund, and I want 3 to 6 months ahead. That's how I want it. And right now I'm only 1 month ahead. And I do have you know, I'm starting to save for emergency, but I don't have that much just in that one category. You know, I need to get back on my Ally account and, you know, you can put all your money in buckets to see exactly where it goes. I need to work on that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe button. I think I have 64 followers. I would love to have 100. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.